जी
कामेश्वर शुक्रिया हमारे संग जुड़ने के लिए। I'm Uday Pratap Singh. We're turning our focus now to big news coming in this hour. The Mamata Banerjee versus Enforcement Directorate war has escalated to Delhi and the courts. The flashpoint is the green file that Mamata Banerjee took away during an ED raid on IPAC office. The ED claims this file has concrete evidence of misdealings in the coal syndicate scam, while Mamata Banerjee claims that it contains crucial information about TMC campaign for the upcoming Bengal polls. Since then, protests have spread to Delhi, Calcutta. High Court has also been forced to adjourn hearing on the matter due to commotion. Mamata Banerjee has held a huge rally against the BJP and the ED. So what does the green file hold? Well, ED's raids are linked to a coal syndicate led by Anup Maji, proceeds of which are in the tune of crores. They've allegedly been given to IPAC. So is this obstruction of an agency's work, or is this targeting the TMC campaign? Well, joining us live is Sumit Peer, political commentator. We also have Dr. Dhirendra Tayal, BJP spokesperson, live with us. Partha Sarthi Guha, TMC supporter, is joining us live. Manasvi Thapar, political analyst, is also with us on the broadcast. Let me make a start with you first, Dr. Dhirendra Tayal. An unprecedented march today against the ED led by Mamata Banerjee in West Bengal. The protests have also spread to Delhi. How do you view this?
Well, there is a very popular song going around nowadays, the line of which is "Qatl kare aur phir se bole mar gayi re." So, you can't run with the hare and hunt with the hounds. You are the one who's broken the law. Now, let me tell you three simple points. One, let us say I had something to do with IPAC, and I feel some of my evidence is there. Can I just walk in, pick those up, and tell ED, this is not for you, and I'm taking it away? Immediately there'll be a dozen FIRs against me and I'd be behind bars. And every citizen of this country is the same. Mamata Banerjee is no different. The same rules apply to her, the same laws apply to her, and that is exactly what should happen. That is one. Second is, she's been a CM for more than 14 years. She's been a central minister. She knows the laws of governance. If she has thrown them to the winds, if she's torn them apart, if she's run there, there is something seriously suspicious that she wants to hide. That needs to be looked at very, very seriously. The third and most important probably is the fact that this is a standard TMC modus operandi. You know, forever they've been doing this. They feel that this is a kingdom that is next to India. It is not governed by the laws of India. Take any number of cases. If you quote Jan 5th, 2024, where the ED team went for the Sandesh Khali issue, they were beaten up. Take the case April 6th, 2024, the NIA team went regarding the 2022 bomb blast. Again, they were thrashed, vehicles were broken, an officer was seriously injured. BSF has been saying we want some support from the state government to close the borders. 569 kilometers are pending. That is not happening. Why? Because somebody needs to come in. The fencing can't happen. More seriously, take the case of Rajiv Kumar, who is now the DGP, and his house that time was just about 100 meters away from Prateek Jain's, where she sat in dharna there, not allowing the CBI because of the Sarda scam. So this is going on, and today also it is exactly the same.
So this is a pattern, says the BJP. Partha Sarthi Guha, let me draw you in here. What has led to Mamata Banerjee leaving with that green file from the the searches which the ED was undertaking in Kolkata, and why is the TMC now on the streets against the ED?
First of all, good evening to the viewers, and good evening you all enjoying the cold. But Kolkata is in fire. Today, the streets of Kolkata have seen a massive rally led by our Chief Minister Mamata Bandyopadhyay. You know very well the recently Venezuela case. Venezuela president was kidnapped by Mr. Donald Trump. And the same thing is happening here in our country. These people, this Modi and Shah, these people are trying to snatch the documents of AITMC, the important documents just assembly election is nearby. They want to, an ED, CBI or income tax, all the departments, all the agencies, it is unfortunate to say, these have become the puppet of BJP and they are trying to steal our documents. These are very, what I will say, this type of government we are having in Central Delhi, this vindictive government. That's why Mamata Bandyopadhyay and the other opponent of BJP, there is a far difference. Other opponents, after election, they complain that there is a vote chori or whatever. But Mamata Bandyopadhyay and our strong organization of AITMC, from the very beginning, we are preparing to save our democracy, to save our state from the vindictive BJP people. These people are like Venezuela, like Donald Trump, these people are trying to break down our democracy. That's why Mamata Banerjee has protest, and this is very healthy in our democracy system, democratic system.
Yes, a quick follow-up to you before I get in Sumit Peer as well for his view, and perhaps you'd want to respond to some of the points you're making. But, Partha, the fact is that this is an ED investigation. It's not the BJP that is trying to take these documents. It's an ED investigation. The ED is a central agency. They believe that this is something linked to the coal scam investigations that they're doing. Why obstruct them is the big question that the ED and the central government are asking.
What is their standard? It has become down totally. These are the puppet. They're playing as BJP branch office, the central office, the central agencies. This we are protesting. This vindictive politics of BJP. They are using these type of agencies as their own purpose, as their own political purpose. That's why we are protesting.
The agencies have become puppets of the government, says the TMC. They're on the streets today, Sumit Peer. And Mamata Banerjee believes it is campaign strategies that the BJP wants to steal.
Uday, thank you for having me on your show. First of all, when you talk of campaign strategies, when you talk of election lists or the strategies, they should be in a party mukhyalay or they should be in the CM's office or the CM's residence. Why will you keep it at a campaign manager's office or a campaign manager's director's home? Usually, BJP works with 1,000 such marketing and advertising and so kinds of companies. Do they have the list of who is going to be the next Rashtra Adhyaksh at a campaign managers or the advertising agencies? Or will it be in a Rashtra Karyalay or a PMO or with Amit Baisha? Just logically, I'm asking. So Mamata Banerjee, being a politician for 25 years, she tells you, Meri sari strategy was where the IPAC and ED was coming to IPAC and conveniently picking up. So I went there, I used my power, I used my state machinery to snatch it away from them and say, this belongs to me. I mean, this is straightway case where you are trying to take away something which is very dangerous for you and you don't want it to fall in the hands of ED. It's obstruction of justice. If you have nothing to hide, if there's nothing to hide, how does it matter to you if ED comes and takes? And whenever there are such things happening, you say, okay, ED has come for this, CBI has come for this, CBI, everybody who's entering West Bengal has a motive. The motive is to somehow dismantle the TMC. That is what we have been hearing. Now, Uday, one important question. Our friends gave the example of Venezuela and Trump. When I read the geography last time, I was told Venezuela is a different country and, United States of America is a different country. So here, and to the best of my knowledge, when I read my geography in class 6, I was told West Bengal is still a part of India. I hope it's still a part of India. I hope we have not become two separate countries. So how are you're mixing chalk and cheese? Right square pegs don't fit in round holes. That is what we are being told here. The third and the most important thing is, what is your purpose of then doing this Dharna Pradarsan and all the drama? When the Honorable High Court has today admitted a case wherein they believe that the Chief Minister has been obstructing justice, she is wanting to hide something, she is not wanting something to go out. It is not the question of, what ED was doing there and what ED was not doing there. Uday, I want to take you another name. There was a company called Cambridge Analytica, right? It was also told election company, management company. You know how the skeletons tumbled out. There was one raid at one of the close aides of Mamata Banerjee, if I remember, I think 51 crores or something in cash was found. I think Amit Baisha doesn't have a printing press which he sent with the ED ED, and ED set up the press and started printing the notes and putting in the cupboard. So I think it could not have happened. So what are we talking here? Always you play the victim card. Always you're trying to be holier than them. Always say bahar wale aate hain, bahar wale aate hain. This kind of this is visible anarchy. We are using your state police, we are using your machinery, and we are using the office of the chief minister, which is given to you by the Constitution of India, and are stopping another entity or a body which is again powered by the same constitution which gives you the power of the chief minister. So in a way you don't have no respect for the constitution, in a way you don't believe in the law, in a way you want to let the anarchy prevail, and in a way who is misusing the police here, who's misusing the systems here. And Uday, one more thing, why does it always happen in Bengal, sir? ये बंगाल में ही क्यों होता है? ED conducts raids everywhere in the India. We have not seen these occurrences happen anywhere. A lot of states there is a opposition government, but we don't see a chief minister coming with the Lao Lashkar and picking up files. We have not seen that. Whenever Dharna Bengal, Mar Pitai Bengal, NI ki Pitai Bengal, ED ki Pitai
Okay,
Bengal.
so the pattern is that it's happening in Bengal, says Sumit P. Manasvi Thapar. What is your take? Because this is an unprecedented situation. The agencies in our country, of course, are under attack, it seems, from the opposition. The Congress doesn't believe in the Election Commission. The TMC doesn't believe in the ED. Who will we have faith in then as a country, Manasvi?
I feel every day is a new low in our Indian politics. And this is every day whenever I come to a debate, I feel that today is going to be the last low of our Indian politics and democracy. And then we'll move ahead. But every day is a new low. We know the conviction ratio of CBI and ED. We know how ED and CBI in the past have been misused by those who are in power, by BJP specifically. And the same BJP in the past have said when they were not in power that ED and CBI are cage parrots of Congress. And now they are using it in their own fashion, and it's working well for them. Having said that, it is not that the TMC has not used the state machinery in the wrong way. They have used it in completely unprecedented way. This is not something which is accepted. But what is more interesting is the election for Bengal is going to be the highest voltage election we've ever seen in Bengal. We know BJP is going to fight it out, and BJP has already started it out. And we also know now that Mamata Banerjee is not going to kneel down in front of BJP, be it ED, CBI, or any machinery. So this is going to be a very high voltage election. And there is, in the past election also, we have seen bloodshed coming out. In this election also, I feel that is going to be the way. The Karyakartas are going to fight it out in the street, in the courts, everywhere. And this is going to be high voltage. It is very important for BJP to win election because this is BJP's culture of winning elections, and they fight every election as the first election, and they're very good at fighting it out. And also for TMC, it's about life and death for TMC. It's about unity in TMC cadre. It's about creating their own cadre, giving them
No,
giving them momentum.
that all is correct. But what about this battle on the ED? What about
I
this
think
battle over the ED? Is it correct to walk out with a file when the ED is investigating something? Manasvi Thapar, according to you?
It's dramatic. I would feel it's dramatic. I would feel that I don't know what was there in the files, and also that
No, it's
there's a
dramatic, but is it correct?
But the prudent question would come to my mind would be if it is led to corruption. ED can anyways get that files out of it, and if there is massive corruption,
No, but if
somewhere
the chief minister takes away the file, how can they? You need a proof. You need a proof and evidence in court.
But I would say that there is nowhere we would say the constitution is above these politicians or agencies. I don't feel that, and I don't even endorse the work which was done by
What perhaps would
Mamata
have been a
Banerjee.
better
It is
strategy by
laughable.
Mamata Banerjee would
It
have
is
been
shameful.
if she would have unpacked that file in full public view before a camera. That would have then shown what exactly it was. Why didn't that happen, Partha Ray?
But I feel Uday, I feel one of the most important thing is that it is very fearful for any political party.
Partha Guha, why
if-
didn't that happen? Why didn't that happen? That would have let the matter rest. That would have perhaps exposed the BJP if you believe they are wrong.
No,
Why didn't that happen? Who knows what was in the file?
No. First of all, you think in just before Delhi election, they have imprisoned Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. Mr. Hemant Soren was imprisoned. These people are vindictive people, these BJP people. These people are the most culprit and the most worst government of India. Even our history of our country.
Dharinder Tyal.
The most vindictive government using the power in a wrong way. They want to destroy the democracy.
Dharinder
They
Tyal.
want to establish. Only
Mr. Tyal, you
BJP
did it
power,
with Soren, Kejriwal, now you're doing it with
one party
Mamata.
power. Hello?
Jailed. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Anybody who was jailed by the courts. Now, have we lost faith in the courts also? One. Two, he is saying, Parthasarathi is saying that these contained material of the TMC, and because Mamata Banerjee says so, and she's a walking affidavit. So if she says it, it is true. Now the question I want to ask here is, one, if these documents were of the TMC, why was the police there to support, to take them away? And if they were documents of the government, what were they doing in a private agency? Absolutely, these 2 points need to be answered. Now, the other thing which has been said quite a bit now is about the caged parrot. Now, I want to put it on record that the CBI was called the caged parrot on 9th of May 2013, not after 2014. This was Justice Lodha who said it in the Colgate scam. So Congress, their partner, their Indie Alliance partner, was in power that time. It was their caged parrot. Two, the point has been raised about the conviction rate. Now let me tell you the fallacy here, or the misconception here. The conviction rate of ED on which the courts have adjudicated is 94%. So let us not take that lightly and cast aspersions just like that. So the issue primarily is that nobody can take the law into her own hands, and nobody, even the chief minister, is not the law unto herself. She could have gone to court and said, this is happening, these are my confidential material, and these need to be sealed. She could have sealed them right there. There was so much to be done. She did not need to run away with them if there was nothing seriously incriminating there.
Okay. Let me, yes, Partha, why don't you respond quickly, and then I'll get in Sumit Peer who wants to come back in as well.
Hello?
Yes, Parthasarathi, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm there.
Please respond. You just heard what Mr. Dayal had to say. You've lost
Actually,
faith in the courts, you've lost faith in the agencies.
No.
Is this political optics, or is there merit into what you're saying, is what he's asking you?
No, IPAC is our political strategist, our AITMC political strategist. That's why that office is so much important for us. These are the political documents. These are the next upcoming election, whatever the candidates.
Is this now going to become an election issue? Parthasarathi Guha, is this an election issue now?
Huh?
Is this going to be an election issue?
Yes, it is an election issue, and we will wash out BJP. BJP, the last assembly election, they have 77 seats. Now they will lose the main opposition party to become 29 or 30
Sumit
seats.
Peer, the TMC says it's a pattern. It happened with Arvind Kejriwal in Delhi. It happened with Hemant Soren.
Yeah, this is BJP.
Sumit.
BJP is vindictive. BJP want to establish one party rule. RSS BJP rule in India.
Sumit.
Uday, the problem here is, if somebody is taken to a jail, you have to produce him in a just court of law. Manasvi is an advocate, he will vouch me for that. I'm not by training. So within 24 hours, 48 hours, they have to give you a judicial remand. Right? That is the rule in India. So even if I arrest somebody, I may be the commissioner of police, I have 48 hours. Uske baad, I have to go to the court and say, what is he doing? And I have to get a proper judicial remand. That is how it happened. Now, here, if then by the virtue of that, we are challenging the courts, we are challenging their power of prudence, and we are challenging the courts are all corrupt, they are all, compromised. If you take an example of Arvind Kejriwal and Mr. Soren, how many times they were denied bail? Was it denied by the BJP head office? Was it JP Nadda denying the bail, or was the courts denying the bail? Then you go from a sessions court, you go to high court, you don't get a relief. Then you go to the Supreme Court, you might still not get the relief there. So are you saying the complete judicial system of the India is run by BJP Rashtriya Karyalaya? Well, that is not the case. And Uday, I found something very interesting. When I came to your home last time, when I was having coffee with you, I found a chit on the Udai's table. It had name Nitin Nabin. So Uday knew before that, Nitin Nabin is going to be the new Rashtriya Adhyaksh. I'm just kidding. They make these political decisions and lists like it is, वो चाचा मामा का खेल, चंदा मामा की story. It is a file, हरे रंग की file में सब कुछ था, and I went and I took the file. We all know what happened. Now another thing is, our friend Manasvi ji was saying, what is the conviction rate of CBI? I looked at 2019 to this night. It is 68.9%, and 22 it was 74.8%. So they are a fairly good job. It's not they're useless and doing nothing. Another aspect here is, there are so many elections which happened wherein Arvind Kejriwal or Mr. Soren was not the opposition. There were a lot of Congress chief ministers who were fighting. How many of them were thrown in the jail? Then if you want to throw one in the jail, you'll throw everybody in the jail. Was Akhilesh thrown into the jail? No, no. UP is the biggest state by that virtue. So was MP, Rajasthan, how many Congress chief ministers were just thrown in the jail if that is the pattern before the elections? So the problem here is that you think that it's a fiefdom, you think it's your kingdom, you think it will be driven by your law, and you think nothing from India or nothing from Bharat can come here, but you are a part of India or a part of Bharat. So that is the problem what we are facing here. And immediately you start doing andar wala, bahar wala. Now, there are two aspects here. Either our friend here knows that they will do mass level of violence or whatever, the BJP will only get 29 seats. That's the one thing. Or secondly, they know that tomorrow when they lose the elections, that they have a alibi. Dekho ji, wo hari file ED le gaya, isliye hum haar gaye. So what is it, my friend? So are you planning so much quantum of violence that you will reduce BJP to 20 seats, 29 seats? Or are you planning that when tomorrow you will lose the elections, you will blame that green file and the ED is because of the ED and because of the green file and because of Modi has controls ED? That is how they won the election. Otherwise, we had won the elections. There is something wrong the way you think. There is something wrong the way
Manasvi, that's what Sumit is saying. I mean, at the end of the day, if it had been done just for vendetta or there was a weak case, the courts would have thrown it out. That didn't happen. They would have
But the
given
courts
bail the
take
very
time, na?
next day.
Yeah, that's what Uday, the point is. 2G case ke scam mein, we should remember that. Scam hua, and everyone was out without anything. There was no conviction on anyone. And also the judge also had said that there was no single soul from the central government to come and even argue the case. So that was the kind of a narrative which was set by the people who are in power, and then that's the outcome of the case. So reality is something different. Courts may take its own course of time, but the damage would have been done for TMC. And TMC, the conduct was completely wrong, but there is a fear of BJP in using institutions, and that is there in the opposition, be it election commission. Opposition file complaints in the election commission, and election commission is not doing anything. There have been instances, ED and CBI only raiding in the last 11-12 years on the people who are in opposition, and those people who are in opposition when join BJP, these questions don't take any course of time, any course of action there. So these are questions which people of our country ask BJP, and the people who are there in these institutions are also questionable. So when things are questionable, BJP does not have that proprietary. When Ajit Dada
Right.
joins hands with BJP, what happens to the scams which were
Okay,
happening
Dhirendra
in
Tyal, I'll leave the last
Maharashtra?
word to you.
Sorry?
I'll leave the last word to you.
So, I mean, these aspersions have been cast for very long, and in fact, all this issue of that the people join BJP, I can give it. Each case is here with me. Only if we had the time, all of them who have joined and what is the status. So nothing like that has happened, and there are any number of instances of Mulayam Singh's case also, where immediately everything was withdrawn the moment he agreed on the nuclear front. So this is something what we demand today is just like any common man would have suffered or would have been jailed or taken action against, the same action should be taken against Mamata Banerjee also for violating the law of the land.
Thanks to our guests for joining us. We've run totally out of time. Let's slip into a very short break. The news continues on the other side.